Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about our resources and book choices for our literature / poetry tea time that we do about once a week. Our literature or poetry tea time that we do is on a loop schedule. It's not something we do every day. And so I have about 4 subjects, if you will: literature, poetry tea time, geography, music, and science that we rotate through. Those aren't something we do every day. We do that about once a week. So I have a selection of books here that we use when we do our poetry tea time and or literature. Now, this does not include our read aloud books. We do pick a read aloud book, not on any sort of schedule, just when we finish our current read aloud, we move on to another one. We do chapter books for our read aloud time, and we don't really... So this is A Child's Garden of Verses. We used this year. This is Poems by Robert Louis Stevenson, and this is illustrated by Brian Wildsmith. His illustrations are some of my favorite. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. My daughter loves flipping through this book. We also have another version. We have an older version, A Child's Garden of Verses. Same thing, same poems, just a different illustrator. I absolutely love these. So we will be using these again for our poetry tea time. So 2 of these books I picked up mid-year this year, and this was Joyous Noise, Poems for 2 Voices by Paul Fleshman, illustrated by Eric Beddoes. And I absolutely love this book. It's all insect type creatures, and it talks, let me just see if I can show you. So it has grasshoppers, water striders, mayflies, fireflies, book lice, and these are all just poems, but they are poems for 2 people. So as you can see here in this grasshoppers poem, let me see if you can make sure you can see that. There's 2, now I usually, if I'm just by myself without another adult, I just read all of it. But I have gotten together with a couple of my homeschool mom friends, and we have done this together, and the kids find it so much fun. So one person reads this side, one person reads this side, and where the lines are the same, you read it together. So this is really fun, and it's a great one to do at a co-op or with some other homeschool moms. And my daughter loves this. She loves insects. So this is just a really fun poem book for her. So we will be doing that again this year. Another one that we have been enjoying the past few months is the Waldorf Book of Poetry, and this is edited by David Kennedy. And this is absolutely an amazing resource. Now, it's kind of boring on the inside. This really is just a big book of poems, and they are exquisite. They vary from, I don't even know, everything from weather to poems about animals to kind of historical poems. Right now for science, we're doing nature study. So what I will do is when we are doing our nature study, depending on what we are focusing on that week, butterflies, frogs, whatever, I will often open this book up and look for some poems on butterflies or poems on insects. When we do weather, we'll do some poems on the weather. This also has a lot of seasonal poems, so when we switch to a new season, we'll go and we'll read some poems about fall. So this is just a really great resource. It's fairly thick. I got this on Amazon. My daughter loves this, but like I said, if you have a child that enjoys pictures, there are no pictures in this book. So we will be using that again this year. And then finally, this is something new that I picked up for a poetry tea time this year. I'm really excited about, called Dino thesaurus. I found this off of a recommendation on a YouTube channel, and I cannot remember who it was that recommended this, but it's Prehistoric Poems and Paintings by Douglas Florian. This is just a ton of poems about dinosaurs, and it's just a lot of fun. So I thought my daughter would enjoy this. And I love the illustrations in this book. So we have not done any of these yet. I'm saving it for the following year, since the majority of what we are using for Poetry Tea Time is the same as we've done this year. I thought this would be a nice addition to our poetry collection. And so you can kind of see like the Stegosaurus, and then it has a poem about it. So this is fun. I thought we could pick a couple of these to do during our Poetry Tea Time. So that is what we are using this year for our Poetry Tea Time, or poetry/literature loop that we do. This is basically it. We'll just rotate between a lot of these poems. We reread a lot of the same poems because my daughter really enjoys specific ones. And so this is what we are using. And if you have any suggestions for any additional poetry resources, then please let us know. I would like to get a book of small, really short stories so that we can read a couple short stories during our literature loop. But mostly we do poetry, and we usually do Poetry Tea Time. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you all will like and subscribe to this channel, and I will be back with some more loop schedule curriculum choices. Have a great day.